Hey there everyone, welcome back to another video. If you're new around here, my name is Harmon. Today's video, I'm in Lakewood, Washington, and today I'm covering the case of the 4 Lakewood police officers who were murdered inside the coffee shop. So in this video, I'm going to, of course, talk about what happened. I'm going to go to the actual coffee shop where the tragedy took place, and then I'm going to go to at least 2 of the 4 officers' graves. I couldn't find all 4 of their graves, but I found at least 2, so I'm going to go to at least 2 of the officers' graves. I'm here at the Mountain View Memorial Cemetery, and this is where Tina Griswold, one of the officers, this is where she's buried. On the morning of November 29th, 2009, the 4 Lakewood police officers were inside the Forza coffee shop. They were all hanging out working on their computers, kind of getting ready to start their shifts. The 4 officers were Sergeant Mark Renninger. He was 39 years old. He had been in the law enforcement field for 13 years. Officer Ronald Owens, he was 37 years old. He had been in the law enforcement field for 12 years. Officer Tina Griswold, she was 40 years old and had been in law enforcement for 14 years. And Officer Greg Richards, he had been in law enforcement for 8 years. So all 4 of them were hanging out, working on their computers inside the Forza coffee shop when suspect Maurice Clemmons was driven by an accomplice. They drove past the coffee shop and they saw all the squad cars there parked in front. So Maurice Clemmons got his accomplice buddy to turn around and drop him off near the coffee shop. So Maurice Clemmons entered the coffee shop at about 8:15 a.m. with 2 different handguns, and he turned and saw the 4 officers sitting at a table and opened fire. He struck Tina Griswold and Mark Renninger first. He shot both of them in the head and they died there instantly. Officer Ronald Owens was shot in the neck and he attempted to retrieve his revolver to shoot back. However, he was unsuccessful at that. The last officer, Greg Richards, was able to return fire and actually did shoot Maurice Clemmons in the stomach before he also succumbed to his injuries, as he was also shot and killed. Were all brutally murdered without a second thought by Maurice. Blue Steele coffee shop, which of course used to be called the Forza coffee shop. And again, this is where all 4 police officers were shot and killed inside. There is a nice memorial out front. So Maurice Clemmons had actually evaded capture for 2 days. Keep in mind that he had already been shot by one of the officers in the coffee shop before they succumbed to their injuries. So Maurice had already been shot in the stomach. He was able to survive, and so randomly on December 1st, around 2:45 in the morning, on 44th Place South in Seattle, an officer had been driving by and saw an abandoned 1990 Acura Integra just sitting on the side of the road, but with its hood up, but no one inside. So the officer ran the license plate and found out that it had been stolen several hours before. And basically, just as soon as the officer had been inspecting the vehicle, a guy matching Maurice Clemmons' appearance randomly showed up to the abandoned car. At that point, Officer Benjamin Kelly ordered Maurice Clemmons to stop and to show him his hands. However, Maurice went around the side of the abandoned car and went towards his waist, acting like he was going to get a gun. Officer Kelly ended up shooting 3 times at Maurice. Maurice started sprinting away, and so Officer Kelly shot 4 more times, and that is when Maurice Clemmons officially was shot down and he was killed there. What makes this case even more of a travesty of justice is the fact that Maurice Clemmons was no Boy Scout. This was not like his first run-in with the law. He had 5 prior felony convictions in Arkansas and 8 felony convictions in Washington State. And his Arkansas crimes would have given him 108 years in prison for numerous burglary charges and other charges. However, the Arkansas governor commuted part of his sentence, and so he actually was released on parole in 2000. And if that's not crazy enough, Maurice had actually, a few months prior to the coffee shop murders, he had assaulted an officer and raped a child, and so he was actually in jail for those charges. For whatever reason, he was let out on bond or bail. Alright guys, so I'm at the Fur Lane Memorial Cemetery here in Spanaway, Washington. And this is only about maybe a 14-15 minute drive from the coffee shop where the 4 officers were murdered. And here at the cemetery, this is where Ronald Owens, the officer, this is where he's laid to rest. Ronald liked to go by Ronnie, and I guess Ronnie was divorced and he had a 7-year-old daughter. It sounds like Ronnie would hang out with his daughter on the days that he had her, and they would go to her different events that she had. And he was a pretty avid NASCAR fan. Ronnie and Sergeant Mark Brenninger were both huge NASCAR fans. In one instance, it was pouring down rain and he pulled someone over and helped fix their tire. And it just sounds like everything that I've read, it points to Ronnie being just an incredible, sweet guy who again loved his daughter and, you know, loved his friends, and including many of his friends on the Lakewood police force. Anyway guys, just wanted to wrap up the video here. Wanted to give a big thank you to all of you guys that watch my videos. If you do enjoy my videos though, and you aren't subscribed yet, make sure you do. It's free, and it'll keep you in the loop whenever I upload videos, which is always on Monday and Fridays. And again, make sure you give a like to the video. It really helps me out, and it shows YouTube that that you guys are enjoying my videos, and it'll push my videos out there and get me more support. So anything you can do to help like and share my videos, the better. So I really appreciate it. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there. My name is Harmon. I'll see you guys on the next one.